in SAP Cloud Integration Script collections are now globally accessible. It's a good thing. It makes it a lot easier to create scripts that you use globally, but it also creates some challenges that you need to help with. Here I've now created a small change in an iFlow or in a script collection. I will deploy it, and in our new release of the Figaf tool, we have added an option to also synchronize script collections and message mapping artifacts, and that means we can get them all into the Figaf tool where we would have versioning of this. And this takes a few seconds to download it and check are there any new versions of this. So now we have finished this, and one of the things we can see here is we have our script. Here we can see which iFlow it's linked with. This makes it really easy for us to understand if we have this iFlow, where do we need to make modifications on it. And obviously we can see the payloads, etc. that's going on to it. Okay. One of the other things that really makes this more powerful is we have put all of this into a Git repository. That means that every time you make modification, it would push this change into a Git repository. And that means we can actually go in here, we can see which changes have happened. So we can see it changed from demo to small. And if I go to my script collection up here, the one I just made, new script, here we have it, resources, libs, and we have our script here. So right now I can edit it in IntelliJ. So once you have made your modifications to the script, you simply just click on this action that's called upload artifact. That will figure out what has been changed, and then it will upload all of this into a CPI iFlow. And that means if we go back to our iFlow here, in our iFlow we can now see that we have a bigger change here. That means we have enabled us to support the full development process. We can go create a version of this, save it as a version. If we wanted to transport, we obviously need to have it as a version because no one want to transport an iFlow that is in draft mode. That means we can go in here and synchronize again. We'll synchronize the package. So now the synchronization is done. We have created our script collection. If we want to transport it, we can select the iFlow that is used, and the script collection, we can assign it to a ticket to handle in our transport. We can use the Figaf tool to handle it, and in this case I want to transport it to our virtual system, which is actually a part of the same system, but we are adding pre and post fixes to it. So with this tool we are then able to select all the dependent object that is used for us to run this. This is both the package and the scripts that is needed for it. So I can start my transport process, and this will create a transport in the Figaf tool, and here if those external properties you would be able to configure them globally, but we do not have that. We can send it to approval, and as a user I could then go in and approve this and figure out what was good or bad about it. I could import it, and this will then import this iFlow into the virtual QA system and link it in the correct way. So now the import is successful. We can see all the new objects that has been created, and if we just click at the package here, we can see that there's a new package here, and we can go in, we can see that it has these two collections. If we click at the iFlow, we'll be able to see that is this QA script is now linked with the QA script iFlow, and if we open the QA one, we can see that it then now contains our bigger change. So all of this makes it a lot easier for you to develop in the IDE or develop script collection. And obviously here you can see a lot of the data. You have access to all the iFlow. You can search for your best script collections, etc. And you have the option to download, deploy directly from here, which really speeds up the process. So This is a tool that makes it a lot easier for you to manage your script collections, give you much better flexibility about what is actually going on here. I hope you find this interesting and want to check it out and see how it can help you in your SAP Cloud integration journey. Thanks for watching.